I'm also a thing I love. It's I, I always say it for the fun. The bigger, the better. I love big components. It's true that big components are just are sturdier. You know, there's a bigger voltage rating on them, but mostly it's just aesthetic. It's the way I love it. So from there, I decide what's the enclosure, what knobs I plan on using, and which artists I will hire for the pedal. What's the name I will give it. So I try to work with some thematics.
Oh, very good. And so is it mainly sort of fuzz pedals that you have within your range? Is that mainly what you're building?
That's mainly what I'm building. I built this year also a germanium booster based on the famous Rangemaster. But other than that, so far I just built fuzz.
And are you building various different types of fuzz, or what's this? Is there a particular fuzz types that you're building, or does it differ from build to build?
It's take on classic fuzz. So for instance, the first pedal I made, let me pick it up, is the Grizzly Fuzz. That's the first one. That's the first one I made. And from the first run I did, the pedal evolved. At the origin there was only three knobs, but in the end I added a master volume. Some people asked for a DC plug. Yep. Some people asked for a LED, so the pedal evolved a bit from run to run. But so this one is a take on the famous Baldwin Burns Buzz Around.
Oh right, yeah. Oh nice.
Yeah, you can. The better way to describe it is kind of like Tone Bender on steroids.
Oh, very nice.
And the second fuzz I built is this one.
Oh, nice.
It's the two-headed werewolf fuzz, and it's a take on the CBS Arbiter doubler designed by Gary Hurst. Basically, it was kind of a ripoff of the Foxstone Machine, so it's really close to it. I made some little modification to the circuit. It wasn't aggressive enough. I also the original circuit was just in with silicone transistor, but I added the option to flip one of the transistor for a germanium one.
Yep.
I made this one is my personal unit. There's a 4-switch on behind. It's allow me to flip each transistor from silicone to germanium, so I can make this one full silicone or full germanium.
Oh wow, that's cool. And it's I know. Yeah, I was going to say on the bottom of it, you've got those quite sturdy rubber feet on the bottom of it, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of like. I know that there's a big sort of push, if you like, towards mini pedals. They're very popular, but I actually like quite big enclosures. I don't know. I just like the character of them. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. There's this big trend going on for small pedal friendly pedals, but it's really not my thing. So if someone is looking for a small tiny pedal, I don't have nothing against this pedal. I have some Me Too in my collection, but that's not the thing I do. I love the big pedals, and also I need some space to work to place the circuit.
Yeah.
Inside the pedal, so
well,
the bigger the better.
Well, I'm going to show you something. There's, as you can see from my amp there, I'm quite a big Orange fan, and that's been their Footswitch for quite a few years. That's their double foot switch, and they've recently changed it to the foot switch is now about a fraction of the size, but I just like the big chunky pedals. I just don't know what it is about them. I just like them. I shall never be getting rid of that. So yeah, but I like I do like the enclosures there. Have you got any others you can show us at all?
Sorry, repeat.
Have you got any other pedals there that you can show us?
Oh yeah, I have other. I will just add a little thing about this pedal.
Mm-hmm.
So about the process of creating this one, and it took me nearly 2 years to work on it, time by time. I had a friend in France that has 2 original units. He took me pictures of the circuit, and so pictures of the components. So I identified the components inside. I made the tracing back from pictures. I manipulated the image in Photoshop to just keep the tracing and to end up with the just a circuit in the end. And after that, my goal was to build a pedal on tag board. So the original pedal was all on a PC board.
Yeah.
But this one is all a tag board, vintage style.
Oh, nice.
So that was my second one, and that was quite a challenge.
Well, if you don't mind, when we post the interview, maybe you could actually take a gut shot of that, and we can post it up, because it'd be quite interesting for everybody to see. You know,
I'm sure. Also, I have many pictures available on my Instagram, so I'll try to find you a couple ones.
Excellent. And who's doing the artwork for you, and where's the inspiration behind the artwork?
Oh, the artwork for the Way Werewolf Fuzz was Adrian Brucci. That's a guy I discovered the first time I saw this guy's works was on an album from the Dwellers, Pagan Fruits, and I really love what he did. But after I realized he did some cover artwork for other albums I have, and the way I work with artists is simple. I have my basic thematics in mind. I give the guy what I have. I tell him, okay, the pedal's name is gonna be, for instance, there the two-headed werewolf fuzz. Yeah. I'm planning on using these. Oh, let me show you. Oh, these knobs.
Yep.
These knobs were reproductions of vintage Marshall style lap steel. And I had a guy back then who made them for me, the repro. So I buy about an original, and he made some reproductions for me. At some point, I had to learn to do them myself. And so the way I work with the artist, I give him the pedal name. I give him a basic template. Where's going to be the foot switch? Where's going to be the knobs? If I know which is the knobs I'm going to use. Sorry, I'm not spelling some words right. And it's I let the artist free to do whatever he wants. So I think that the artist will give me their better if I don't give them a too precise framework. So the name, the thematic, if I have some sounds to make him listen, but so it's always a surprise when I receive a final artwork piece.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic artwork, I have to say.
But also I are artists I admire, so I know that they will do me great work. So
very, very nice. And have you got any others there to show us at all? Any other pedals that you can...
Sure. So at some point, I had the opportunity to receive some some nice vintage NKT transistor, the MT57F, and I have also opportunity to purchase some NKT 274. So I decided, okay, let's do a take on the vintage germanium fuzz face, and so I came with the stone skull, which is my take on the fuzz face simply. So for this one, I decided to hire back David Paul Seymour,
Yeah.
and you can see it's a it's quite a big size too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not as big as the other ones. If you want, I can show you a comparison.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. It's deceiving, isn't it?
It's the same height. Another one I have in hands. It's my take on the rat pedals.
Oh,
This one
wow.
is a signature pedal for the band the Switchblade Jesus, for their guitarist Eric Calvert. I don't know if you're familiar with Frost Giant Electronics.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Eric is the guy behind Frost Giant Electronics and also the guitarist of Switchblade Jesus. So back then, when I was in talk with him to make him a guitar pedal, he I'm not sure he wasn't already building pedals,
Hmm.
but since then it has changed, and I think he's doing a great job.
Yeah, I
And
think it's very busy.
so Eric was a rat guy, a big rat lover. So I made a tagboard version of the rat, but I added a lot of clipping option and a filtering option to it. To so it's a big muff enclosure reproduction that I use for these
That is really nice. I love that.
battery door, and I'll try to send you some gutshot pictures too for this
Please do.
one.
Yeah, please do. Absolutely gorgeous.
And I have also this one. That's the Bloodthirst. The Bloodthirst is the my take on the Range Master.
Very nice. There's
So
always
it's the
there's very much like almost like a demonic sort of theme going
yeah,
on with the artwork, isn't there?
the thematic was a vampire. So this one was made for by Adrian Brucci too. So it's exactly the same size as the Stone Skull.
Very nice.
I
And
have some other ones, but they're not with me. So
that's okay. So where can members go out? I mean, they're just I love that sort of thing. You know, the big enclosures, nice colours, and how they're built as well. It's just ticking all the boxes for me. Where can members go to hear the sounds of and what they actually sound like?
I don't have many demos online. Yeah, guys can search on YouTube. They'll find some stuff. Guys can go on Instagram and search with the tag StoneFly Effects.
Yeah.
And also when I do some little jam, I use the tag StoneFly Jam simply, and yeah, and also there's only some demos made by customers and fans, and I rarely send a pedal to be demoed by a professional reviewer. I don't need to expand that much. So
Very
that's
good.
my approach.
Very good. And have you got any particular favorite kinds of combinations of materials that you like to use? Have you got any favorites at all?
But it's sure, like I said before, I'm more a germanium guy, so I like to work with a germanium transistor. It's sure that sometimes they're a bit more complicated to work with. So the way I work with germanium transistor is I read them, I classify them a bit, but the real thing happens when I test them. Goes all my fuzz selection for guitar pedals are tried in circuit. So that's the way I work with them. I love big components, vintage components, but sometimes I use more recent stuff, and yeah, that's a bit
Yeah.
what I can say about components.
Yeah. And how would you describe the ethos and brand of StoneFly?
I wanted to build pedals that are affordable for everyone. My
Yeah.
pedal are rent cheap, but everyone can buy one if you really want. It's I'm not building pedals for lawyers and doctors, you know. So also I think that that when people don't pay enough for something, they not enjoy it that much that if they put some effort to have it. I wanted to build pedals that are beautiful outside and inside.
Yeah.
But in the past, you know, sometimes when people see a pedal with an appealing look, with great graphics, they kind of think, oh, this pedal might sucks when I play it. It's just a beautiful pedal. It's not a great sounding pedal. So I wanted to offer both. A great looking pedal that sounds badass.
Excellent. That sounds like a good description to me. So what's on the next on the horizon for you? What have you got planned? Have you got any new designs coming up, or?
Oh, I have a new design. I can hint it a bit. I just received the final artwork today.
All right.
It's the artwork has been made by Julian Cicero from the one to it's Vice Illustrations. Anyway, I maybe not having right his name.
That's okay.
And it's gonna be a collaboration project with Ken Stump of the band Wolfat, a band I really like. It's a pedal design, so it's an amplifier driver.
Oh wow!
And this one is gonna be on a PC board, and it's all gonna be made by hand. And that's the next big one that's coming. I'm also working these days on the Vertigo Shaman, which is kinda the cousin of the Grizzly Fuzz, because the Vertigo Shaman is a take on the Elka Digitone. So the circuit is pretty much the same as the Baldwin Birds Buzz Around, but with some difference and some different transistor in it.
Very nice. And if you could do a collaboration with any builder, past or present, who would you really like to create a pedal with, and what sort of pedal would it be?
Honestly, I have many builders that I admire, that I love, that I purchase their pedal, but I think I don't want to collaborate with no one. I want to do my thing on my side, and but I do love a lot what others are doing, and
excellent.
so
And you mentioned Dave Main there. Have you got any other sort of builders that you particularly like?
I have many. I can name. It's sure that I was really influenced a lot with all the guys that were hanging around the era on the Dam Forum. So I really love John Lyon from Basic Audio, Brad Davis from Creepy Fingers. He's also the Fu Manchu bassist. Who can I name that I really love the work? It's sure I name Germs, Steve Williams from Big Dog.
Oh, yes.
That's all guys that influenced me at some point. I took some note. So pretty much all the guys on the Dam Forum. So basically I learned to build pedals from watching what the others were doing.
Yeah.
So I took a little bit of one, a little bit of the other, what part I like it from their work to make it mine at some point. That's also what people that play music do.
Yeah.
They take a bit from that musician, from that other one, and they combine it into their own blend.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what sort of music are you listening to at the minute? Any sort of new music at all, or?
I'm really into and since many years now into stoner rock, doom metal, psychedelic rock. So I love 70s rock music a lot. So that's my yeah, that's my thing. And
Excellent.
also that's style of music that really use fuzz as a main effect.
Absolutely, yeah. It's
So I'm into fuzz rock.
excellent. Superb. Well, look, thank you very much for joining us on this interview and getting to know a bit more about you and some of the fantastic pedals that you make. I'll definitely
Thanks.
be Googling and having a little bit more of a look at some of your creations when the interview's over, that's for sure. So, but thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. It was a real pleasure.
Thank you very much for giving us your time. See you again.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.